Welcome back, everyone. We are in for the final episode of our review and preview show, where we speak about what happened in this game and everything. Let's get into this video. In this, we're going to speak about fifth test happened in Sydney, what went wrong and what went right, how teams fared. As you know, India won the toss and they opted to bat. Uh, and they had not a great start. They ended up scoring 180. Uh, then Australia again started off well, and then they got collapsed and they scored 181. India had a 4 runs lead. Again, we had a bad start, followed by Rishabh Pant with great innings. It's a natural game. Because of that, we got some good lead. And again, we came back in the last day and we, as usual, collapsed and we settled for 161. From that, Australia gave no chance to us. In all this, we had lost Bumrah services, and we eventually we lost the game. So that's the recap of the game. I feel India did nothing right in this test. They could have gone lots of things right. There is nothing great in this pitch to try something new, or we need specialist bowler or something like that. We would have done better. Let's see what you guys thought.
Okay, so it's Vivek here. So let's start with the toss. I think we all know the conditions were overcast, and the toss would have been very tricky. What to do in these cases? Mostly, you prefer not to win the toss and let the other captain decide what they want to do. So India decided to bat first, and many were saying that this should have been bowled first with the conditions overcast and very. Uh, uh, so that was the first mistake, but. If you see another 3 or 4 days, I think could have been the blessing in disguise. India started on the poor note. I think just at the stroke of lunch on first day, Suman Gill throwed his wicket. I think from there everything started. Had he just saved that one ball, then something would have been different. From there on, India started playing catch up, kept losing wickets. Virat Kohli on the stump line, keep making just to slips or behind. So it was a procession. So nothing worked for India, but still India batted good. I'd say the partnership between Pant and the other one it brought us in the game, but I think India were below par. And then once they lost Bumrah on the second day, when he went for the two scans, I think India will give a lead. I think it was lucky. India were lucky that India was not outbatted in the game. Uh, and even got a 4 run lead. Um, so India was just keeping in the game, but I think apart from Pant's inning, India were never in the game. Pant gave showed how to bat because one ball, their ball, your name was written on the ball, but India couldn't apply themselves and bundled out for 150 60. And without Bumrah, it was going to be an uphill task. And rightly so, Australia won the game easily. And I think if you saw today morning, first 3 overs, India were wavered in their bowling, and that sets the tone. When you with Bumrah, you could have been 5 for 2, 10 for 2. They already gave 35 runs in the first 3 overs. So from there, nothing worked in India's batting is lot to be desired, and what we think like India has a good bowling attack, but nothing apart from Bumrah. So that's the how I can sum up this Border Gavaskar Trophy. Yeah.
Yeah, you rightly pointed out. I think so. Like as we saw in preview, so like we thought like whoever wins the toss will go, but the pitch they played is like totally different one from normal Sydney pitch. So this was unusual from Australia. We didn't expect this green top, but anyway, I think the decision was good. Like we whatever you put like 185 is like competitive considering the pitch has much spice in the wicket, so that was good. But thing is like whatever wickets they are given, it's all gifted wickets except Jashwal. I don't think anyone got a good ball and got out. If they got good ball and got out, that's fine because the pitch is doing almost everyone gifted their wicket, starting from Gill to everyone. So that's where first innings ended. And then second innings, like when Australia started, also they lost their quick wickets, but Smith and Webster they played really well. And Webster like he didn't play like a first game as a debut game. He played so well and scored 50. We restricted them less than our score. So that was big thing. I thought like they may go like 60-70 runs late. So, but we did really good to come back. We are pretty much better in lines actually in first innings. Then when we started the second, it really started very well with 60 runs of Stark, and then like we had a very good mindset. They thought like if we stay, we are not going to get runs, and then they went for runs. That's good attitude, but still again, Gill again after scoring runs, he just threw it away his wicket. It's not unnecessary. He didn't go like which ball to go. They are not deciding on which ball to go. So that was totally blunder from Gill again. And Punt played out of book innings, like one of the best innings in the recent times, and then got at least some decent score for the team. And again, we lost all the Virat was doing same kind of mistake again and again. And when we ended, also like we are almost in the back foot, but still, I felt that the score was good. Again, when we started today morning, I think they were bowling two good lines and we were not able to score runs. And then we can't expect much from our tail once Jadeja was gone. But bowling was pathetic. I never seen like it. They were bowling like a school bus. Literally, it was not like an international game. So there is much for pitch bowlers to use the pitch, but Prasid and Siraj they never used. They didn't bowl one full length or fourth stick line or on the length. They were not at all on the length. They were just runs. That two extras they are giving like bowling all the balls leg side and others. And I still believe that India might win this. The score which for that pitch, I felt it was good, but our bowling was big let on. First of all, we didn't have Bumrah, but still they could have bowled better line, and at least they could have thrown away this fully. So this was like very poor performance. Yeah, it's totally unexpected result. Yeah, maybe you can go ahead.
First of all, this pitch was damn spicy. More like a typical South African wicket, I would say. Because ball was carrying, Alex Carey was taking everything above his head, so it was bouncing that much. And we were again, blown away with even the team selections. I would say we don't need two spinners to be frank for this wicket. We could have went for an extra pacer, which would have also been helpful, even if Bumrah was injured. So that once Bumrah was injured, we shot on our own. Like that's the kind of scenario. And the way our bowling was there, even Prasidh Krishna seemed a much better bowler than what Siraj was doing in second innings. Prasidh was getting so much purchase of the wicket and making some crucial balls than Siraj. I don't know what happened to Siraj, but he needs a big rest. I don't think he can continue like this anymore. He needs a big realization drop, I would say. And batting, there is a term called calculated risk, which only Punt took. Even in the first innings, there was no calculated risk. And in second innings, only Punt took that calculated risk more than a foolish risk. What Gill did was a foolish risk. Absolutely rubbish wicket. I don't know. Virat getting frustrated again after hitting one to Boland. And to speak, Boland 13-14 overs fell on the trot. And he wasn't tired. He was spot on with the length. That is something which our bowlers should, try to develop. Bowling 13 overs and being spot on, still keeping batsmen on their toes is not easy and never easy. Boland itself took the game away from us yesterday evening. There itself the game was done. Again today morning he took another 2 wickets after that. So imagine he would have bowled another 3 hours spell in the morning. So 15 overs on the trot. It's amazing, man. Boland simply took the match away from us. And we could have done so much things better after taking the lead in the first inning. Everything went down. Batting is a disaster. 100 for 4 became 140 for all out. 146 all out. So much needs to be rectified. So many carriers need to end. So much people need to leave, which may be controversial to speak right now, but it has to happen for the goodness of the team going forward. Yogesh, bro.
Yeah, thanks, Vivek. I think the silence is pretty much evident, like how this, the atmosphere is right now. So we are all disappointed, and that's clear. And So we could have actually won this test, to be frank. We had a good, bowling attack in the first innings, despite, Bumrah's injury. And I thought like Siraj and Prasidh were doing a great job. But looking at their second innings performance, it completely, kept it wondering whether these guys bowled that good spell in the first innings. At least Prasidh, as said by Vivek, was much better. But Siraj, being a senior bowler, should have, shown discipline, but he lacked that. Actually, I'm not even going into the batting because I'm well past that chapter. So it's we have retrospected too much into the batting, and we have talked too much what went wrong into the batting. So I feel it's a waste of time to talk much on that. And we have, as you guys were saying, the wickets that we gave was literally rubbish. So rubbish is the word. So we just threw the wickets away, and we could have actually capitalized some of the chances, and we could have. In fact, Virat had his chance. That Smith controversial catch. He didn't capitalize much. If you see the Aussies, they actually capitalize the chances. If you miss something, if you drop something, they went on to score big. So that's what the Aussies do, and we never, do that. That's pretty much disappointing to see. And yeah, special mention to Pant. He was pretty much entertaining, and that stood something totally odd out of the complete Indian batting lineup. If you see the second innings, we were like 40 odd for Nolas, and later Pant came. He scored like 60 odd runs, and after that, we are like bundled out for 150 odd. So that shows the hollowness in the batting lineup, and it's like 2 to 3 guys are batting, and rest of guys are like came just for a holiday. If this keeps on going on, we can't be winning test, and we can't be even thinking of building a strong test team anymore further. And some of the guys, I think they should realize themselves and drop themselves out. Despite, so many controversies ahead and so many PRs and other stuff that's happening behind, and whatever the talks that's going behind Rohit, at least he took a decision that he has to drop himself out. Whether he dropped himself out or the team management did, he acknowledged that he lacks form and he's not doing well, and he dropped himself out. He said it to himself that he's not retiring, and he thinks that he needs to improve himself. That actually gave something, good lesson, good example as a leader, telling that I need to do something much better to improve myself. I don't know what other guys are doing. I don't want to point out any names, but they need to realize themselves. They need to drop themselves out, and they need to play domestics, and they need to get exposed to various line and lengths, various conditions. Lots of things needs to be rectified in the batting department. And without such a with such a batting lineup, we can't be defending any more targets. Bowlers can't be doing it every time, and Bumrah can be doing it all the time. He's not like a single man in the project and doing all the stuff that everyone can sit back and relax. It's simply just like happening just like that. So that's it. I don't have much words to say about this test. So let's wrap it up here, and let's talk much more on what went wrong in this whole series in the upcoming episode. Thank you guys for watching us. Do subscribe, and please keep sharing our videos. Bye.
Thank you. See you.